Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Alpha Elite Program podcast. So today we're going to talk about a subject which is seen online, which has gone a bit viral. So we're going to talk about boundaries in relationships and what people feel comfortable and uncomfortable with. And this subject has been sparked by, there was an article that I'd seen online that had gone viral where with regards to Chris Brown doing a lap dance for a guy's girlfriend. So you guys are probably aware of it, but if anyone's not aware of it, the gist of the story is a guy taking his girlfriend to a Chris Brown concert. She got picked to go on stage, went up on stage, met her idol. Chris Brown sat down, did a lap dance for her. The boyfriend filmed it, didn't like it, came away, finished with his girlfriend. Thought it was out of his boundaries, out of his comfort zone sort of thing. So... And there's been a lot of stuff online about people saying their opinions about it and this, that and the other. And I've got my opinions of it, Bryn's got his opinions of it, Josh has got his opinions of it. So we thought we'd have a little bit of a discussion about boundaries in relationships and overstepping the mark and, you know, respect for your partner and this, that and the other. And we'd love to know what you guys think. You know, put comments in, let us know what you think, what your opinions are on. So... I'm going to hand over to you actually first, Josh. Yeah, because
I'm thinking
only because. In the week, me and Bryn have been talking about this. Okay. We've been discussing it and obviously getting ready for the podcast and stuff. Yeah. And you got a different opinion than us.
You got the same opinion?
No, I don't know whether it's the same opinion. I don't want to say it was the same opinion, but it's different than yours. Yeah. So, and obviously, one of the reasons why we've got the three of us together is we're all slightly different age groups. We've all got different opinions, and that's one of the things that I wanted to get over with the podcast, to get like different opinions. There's no right or wrong answer here. We're not going to fall out. You know, it's just like, how do you see this? How does Bryn see it? How do I see it? How do the people watching the podcast see it? That's what I want to get across. So yeah, we're going to start with you because then me and Bryn can gang up on you. You see.
So my, like, if it was me,
so I sent it.
You sent it me.
You were away, weren't you?
I wasn't really too sure. I was away.
So I sent you the article, a screenshot of the article, and you had to read through it.
So I think it's hilarious for a start that he just let it happen and then filmed it or whatever and then decided to break up with it. If it was me, I wouldn't give a shit. Like, it's a celebrity. It's not some random guy in some club somewhere. It's a celebrity. Nothing's gonna happen off the back of it. He's not gonna then start talking to her. Like, I can't personally see that happening. But obviously, if it wouldn't bother me in my relationship, I'm comfortable with who I'm with. You've met me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm comfortable with who I'm with, and it wouldn't personally bother me. I would be finding it hilarious because I know she would love it. However, obviously, if you're in a relationship where you know your partner might be bothered, maybe there's been some infidelity somewhere on the line between one or the other, and boundaries have been crossed, or you knew that person was a little bit insecure from a previous relationship, maybe don't. But me, I'm easygoing. I don't give a shit. It just wouldn't bother me. It's just.
So what about if just to flip it on this? So what about if it was on the stew was on the other foot? So like for example, if you went to see Rihanna, you and Maddie went to see Rihanna, and you got pulled up on stage, and Rihanna was doing a lap dance to you. How
she wouldn't. I honestly, I think she'd have an issue, but like a schoolgirl kind of issue. I don't think she'd finish me over it. I think I'd be like, I'm going, like this is like once in a lifetime sort of thing. Let me go. And she might like give daggers or whatever, but ultimately nothing's gonna happen, and we all know that, not all the time, but on a lot of hen do's, what do women often get? You get strippers. Yeah. A lot of women end up getting strippers, and it's nothing, it's playfulness, it's fun. I know some people have issues with it and some people don't, but again, if you have an issue with it, then you don't do it, and it's boundaries.
So I always had it's quite interesting because I always had a bit of an opinion on this like stripper thing. So for quite a period of my time, I worked as a bouncer and I worked in nightclubs, and I spent quite a lot of my time working in a lap dancing club. But when I worked in nightclubs, we did used to have like evenings where you'd have like women only nights and they'd have strippers and stuff. And the general consensus that I used to have is like a lot of the women that enjoy that type of activity would never have a guy like that. They wouldn't have that person at home.
It's a toy, isn't it?
They haven't got this bronzed Adonis, you know, nice six-pack. They haven't got that at home, so I can understand why they would want to see that and enjoy that and this and the other. But someone like yourself, fitness model, you're in shape, so why would Maddie want to go and see a guy that's probably not in as good a shape as you? Because she's got that at home.
I suppose, yeah.
You can lap dance for her anytime.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so it's like, and I think that comes down, like, for me, that's like a little bit of respect. So, like, obviously I've met Maddie, I've spoken to Maddie, she's a lovely girl and I know her, and I wouldn't think that she would go in that kind of, because she appreciates what she has. Yeah. She knows that she's got a good guy who's in shape, looks after himself, this and the other. So me personally, I don't think she would, for meeting her and talking to her and stuff. She never comes across as that guy.
She'd go up for Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I know she's been pining for tickets.
Big fan, yeah.
Yeah, but no,
But again,
she wanted attention.
So again, it's one of them. It's a case of, like, she's a massive Chris Brown fan. Like you said, it wouldn't bother you. It doesn't bother you if she had a lap dance off it. But it's about respect. So to go and meet a hero is absolutely amazing. But then, out of respect for you, she could, you know, this woman, I think, so potentially, if her partner was a bit sensitive, out of respect for him, she could have politely declined. Say, no, I'm amazed to meet you. It's amazing. Let's have a picture together. I don't want to do that. No one's going to think anything less of her.
Yeah.
But do it, and obviously she'd probably save a relationship.
But then, I don't know. You could look at it on many different sides. A news story, your news story only gives you so much context. Yeah. So that guy, she could have cheated on him or something, which has caused him to be He could have had something from a previous. He could be doing something himself. He could have some issues or whatever. It doesn't sort of give full context of the story.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. I think he was there. He was there, right? And then
and he then filmed it, which I thought was a bit weird.
It seems a bit odd. If it was her going with her friends and it happened and he found out, it's maybe different. But obviously, he kind of like maybe green lighted it for her, and then maybe thought, oh shit, I need to go back on this. But she was already on stage getting straddled by Chris Brown. Yeah. So I don't know. Like,
I think personally, the way you've got to look at it is we can only deal with and have an opinion on what we think we know.
Yeah.
So looking at the article, what we think we know is what we've said. The guy was in the audience. She's on stage. She's met Chris Brown. The guy pretty much dances up and down her. You know, possibly goes a little bit too far. She's loving it. You know, the next day is like, yeah, you're gone. I think the biggest issue for me, you say about respect, sorry, just a lot of the stuff you were saying, it was like pinging stuff in my head, and I was saying, well, how would I feel about that? How would I feel about that? And you can go every different which way with this, but I think what I look at is the main thing is, it's in public. I think so. You know, he might be filming it, and like I say, we don't fully know what was going through his mind at the time, but I think what adds to it massively, especially with you saying, you know, you used to bounce and stuff like that, in them sort of venues, that's a private thing. You know, you're watching some guy that's been paid to strip. You know, your fella or husband or partner, he knows you're going there to, you know, potentially have some guy wing his finger in your face.
Wing his wang.
You know what I mean? Wing his wang. But yeah, private joke, guys. But yeah, so it's like you sort of accepted of that. But I think when you're, you know, he's gone to this concert potentially like to meet Chris Brown. He doesn't know his girlfriend, long-time girlfriend, short-time girlfriend, who knows? But he doesn't know she's going on stage, and you know, he's probably at first going, oh yeah, I'm comfortable with this. But the moment it's gone too far, you know, she's absolutely sat there loving it.
Kiss her or something?
I'm not.
I think he does. I think Maddie said he kissed her or some.
Oh, maybe.
It might have been a bit too far with it. Yeah. He was like,
but we can only assume, knowing what we know. But you know, I look at it and I think, well, you know, at some point clearly it's gone past that boundary, and he's obviously not been able to let her know. You know, she's possibly had a moment of madness and she's just gone with it. But after, you know, clearly whatever's been spoke about, you know, he's not happy with the result, and he's clearly just gone, listen, there's a lack of respect there. You know, I don't know what kids these days say, you know, you're for the streets or whatever they say. I'm sorry, I'm not with the you know, the young millennials and all that stuff, but you know, she's possibly sorry guys, but possibly for the streets, you know, that type of girl. So clearly he's probably looked at her and gone, you know, that's not wifey material. But like I say, you know, that's in a public domain. If it was, you know, she was on like a last night of freedom, as they say, and you know, she's gone to a strip club and, you know, a guy's grinding all over her, well, he expects that the same way that potentially he goes on his stag do, you know, and potentially gets something shoved up his ass. You know what I mean? That's just what blokes do. I don't know. That's just, like I say, we're in the army. You know what I mean? It's one of them things. But yeah, it didn't happen to me. But yeah, it's just one of them things that you look at and I think you can go any which way of it, but I genuinely think it mainly comes down to, yeah, like you say, the lack of respect that he's looked at and gone, you know, potentially that's my woman. I expect this, and clearly she's overstepped a boundary that he thinks that's not for me anymore.
I think, when you said maybe they've had a chat afterwards, and maybe she's then shown some more disrespect. Not appreciated his opinion or his feelings, which I think is a big thing. She's not appreciated how he felt about it. And she's like, "What, you on about brushing it off?" And maybe he just thought, you know what, as you said, not wifey. I'm gonna walk away from this.
I think it's about knowing your partner and how they are and what their trigger points are and what they're comfortable with and not. You know, and if you're, you know, at the end of the day, if you're with, no matter how much you love someone, if you're with a partner that makes you feel anxious and insecure and unloved, then no matter how much you love that person, that's not the person for you, because that person shouldn't do that. But then obviously the subject to this is like boundaries. So at what point in your relationship do you sit down and have that chat about your boundaries, what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with? Because I think a lot of couples don't. They don't actually sit down and say, so this whole thing could have come about, but they may never have sat down, and he may never have said to her, you know, listen, like I'm not the most secure person in the world, you know, so there's certain things I expect from a relationship. I don't like it if, I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok and stuff where guys are saying, oh, you know, I don't think that you as a female should have male friends. I don't think you should hang out with male. That makes me feel uncomfortable. If you're honest and open and you're explaining about what makes you feel uncomfortable in a relationship, that person then has a educated decision to make whether they want to continue that relationship. If that person has a lot of male friends and they enjoy going out and they've always been that way, and it makes you feel uncomfortable being in a relationship with them, that relationship is never going to work, because you're going to ask that person to be someone that they're not, or you're going to say, well, that's the way I am, so let's try it, and this person's not going to get over their insecurities. So this is what I wanted to talk about, like the boundaries. What do you set as like boundaries? Like what, like for example, like you and Maddie, like have you guys ever sat down and spoke about like what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, what makes you feel?
We haven't. We had a sort of a chat recently, but then I think with you sort of bringing it up, I was like, you know what, we've never actually said.
I think a lot of
like sort of physical, almost list boundaries. People just sort of more go, I don't like that, and you're actually saying, no, genuinely, I don't want that done to me, or I don't appreciate that. But instead, it comes out as a more played down state. It's not as a statement. It's just like, I don't actually, you know, I don't like that. You know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Like people will say, I don't like that. That's quite a negative way of saying it, because then it will get someone's back up. I don't like that. Well, what do you mean? I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas if you said, actually, do you know what? That kind of behaviour makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Exactly. It makes me feel insecure, or it makes me feel anxious. You know, I'd appreciate if you didn't do it. Then you're getting a little bit more, and okay, understand. So if I behave that way, it makes you feel uncomfortable. So I try not to do it. Yeah. I was reading an article the other day about social media. This is another one, like talking about boundaries.
Yeah.
So there was a conversation. I was watching a video, and it was a conversation between people, and they were on about guys and girls in relationships liking pictures of other guys or girls, and what was their opinion on it. And the general consensus was, if it's like a friend, female friend, then it's okay. But if it's like a stranger or someone that you don't know, when you're in a relationship, then they didn't feel it was appropriate for you to be liking maybe like potentially half naked pictures of strangers.
I think, like, I'm not going to say I'm a saint, because I'm not a saint. However, I don't do it full stop.
Yeah.
I don't like many...
You're actually not really that active.
I don't like...
You're not really that active on social media.
I don't like many photos or anything on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't like any girls' photos, because we had the chat about it, and I was like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm not... Like, for me, if I was going to do something, it would be a DM, right? That's more of a reaction.
Yeah.
Girls nowadays, for me, I don't think respond to you liking the photo. If you like the photo, like, oh, this is a fucking creep. He's trying to get my knickers or whatever. But like, if you're going to do something, it's going to be DM. So a like doesn't really do anything. However, women find it disrespectful, so that's a boundary.
Yeah.
So just don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
If your woman says or your man says, don't be following X, Y, and Z. Don't be doing this, this, and this. Just don't do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
I agree with that. I think it's right. I absolutely 100% agree with that. I think if you're with someone and you're in a relationship, and that relationship is gone past that stage where it's become serious, and you're committed to that person, and then it's again, if you're doing something that makes that person feel uncomfortable, then get rid of it, because that person's more important. If your partner doesn't like you following a certain person, well, then get rid of it. It doesn't mean anything.
We've had all this, and you know, every relationship has turbulence.
Yeah.
You have to be stronger.
Yeah.
You have to go through turbulence, potential breakups, whatever, to be stronger. And I think you have to, like, not change, but adapt in a relationship. You have to be able to, like, okay, maybe this behaviour isn't right for this, so I should change in this sort of way. Not change who you are as a person, but maybe some behaviours are more for single people.
It's respect.
It's respect, isn't it?
It's respect for your partner. You're not changing who you are, but you're respecting your partner and their point of view and their feelings.
Exactly.
And that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Yeah.
So if your partner doesn't want you like a girl's photo, don't fucking do it. The amount of people that I have, like I have people that I follow from like before, and they barely show up anyway. Like if you go on your Instagram, like I think most of us probably got business profiles anyway. Yeah. You can see there's 49 people usually shown in your feed. Most of mine are just like random shit. It's nothing really. Yeah. And those 49 people get shown every single time. It's never other people. So, and the amount of people though, lads that know in relationships, and you see all these girls' photos, and it's just the same name all the time. And I was like, either you're cheating, or what's the point?
You're not happy.
What's the point?
Relationship? Yeah.
Like, come on, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It's just...
I get that. We had a conversation about it the other day, and I was like saying, you know, that like I have a business profile for the gym. So we will follow back fitness people that come to the gym. And when they post pictures in the gym likes them. And I had a partner, and we were discussing this, and she was like, that makes me feel uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, I understand that, but that's not me. It's not me personally. That's not my personal Instagram. I'm not liking their picture. The gym is.
But do you like all the men's photos as well?
Yeah, so
it doesn't make.
But because it was a problem, it was that person focused on only the women, because that's all she wanted to see. It's always women. No, it's not always.
The problem.
Yeah, that was the problem. So, I was trying to explain to her, like, it's not me, Paul, that's liking that picture. It's Jim. It's my business. Yeah. I said, and what happens is, we like that person's picture. Other people that follow that person see the gym's name. Mm-hmm. They then look on the gym. They then come into my business. It's just promotion. Now, if you can go and find my personal profile liking their picture, then we'll sit down and have a serious conversation about that, but it's not. And you've got to differentiate between that business. I'm promoting my business by liking these pictures. It's not me personally. It's separate. And it's very hard. And I think it's quite hard for people to differentiate between business and a personal.
I think a lot of it is that a lot of cheating is done through social media.
Yeah.
and a lot of guys use it. I'm not saying girls don't. Girls
I think
do the same.
guys are worse.
Guys are just idiots, and they end up getting caught more than girls do. So it's kind of like girls. Probably a lot of girls have been cheated on, so they just have an instant issue with it, and then they just blanket it, and then they don't differentiate between the business and the real person.
Yeah.
So that's a sort of issue. Same with like you. If you've got a female strong woman client, and you've transformed her, and she's won a competition, you like a photo. It's like
exactly. That's promoting your business.
You know what I mean? That's you. That's you. You know what I mean? You're just you're proud of your work. So you've got to have that balance.
I think as well what you've got to have is just common sense. It's common sense to be, and I know some people do in this world struggle with that sometimes, but I think you just have to break it down, and me included. But I think sometimes you have to touch wood, but sometimes you would literally look at something. Let's say if I'm liking a picture of a hot girl next to a Ferrari, a woman would look at that totally different.
She'd say, "You liking that woman?" I like the car.
But what I'm saying is, realistically, in my brain, they would go, "Oh, I don't give a shit about that. It's a Ferrari." It's like, "Oh, does he like that? Does he like that?" They're not going to give a shit. But if you're liking, say, some girl that you just met in the gym, "Oh, this girl's at the gym," and blah blah blah, and liking all the pictures, it's like, "Why the fuck are you liking a picture?" Well, actually, why do you follow each other? Do you know what I mean? And I think it's like you say, you make a very good point. Where it's like a lot of us have got either like I'm a strong man, so I've got a sports person page, and it's like you've said before that's not me. That's my presence in the gym.
Persona.
Do you know what I mean?
That's your online persona.
You look at the videos. It's like me. It's me talking to Rufio. It's me talking to you. It's me doing stuff in the gym. It's not private life. It's not. So if it's my stuff, like in say women strongman doing stuff, well, yeah, I will like it, but I'll also comment on it, because 9 times out of 10, a big sponsor in the strongman world is called Cerberus, as most would know. And they like it, and they get back to, "Oh, that was amazing," you know what I mean? "Oh, great, nice." And to be honest, it's not. I don't think it's a bad thing, especially when it's in your sport, to look at another person that's achieving great things in that sport, to look at them and go, "Do you know what? She's smashing it. Like, amazing work done."
Yeah.
I mean, and like you say, DMs and stuff like that. Yeah, if it then comes to, "Hi, nice to meet you, my name's Bryn," and then 5 days down the line, it's like, "Can I have your number?" and stuff like that. There's a massive problem. But if your partner trusts you enough to go, "Well, it is just, well, obviously he's doing that, but look who it's like by it," and stuff like that. And I do get the whole insecurity stuff as well. I do get that, because a lot of people, they're not happy with themselves these days. Potentially not comfortable in the relationships you're in. But I just think sometimes people just, they need to go, "Do you know what? It's just social media. There's nothing to it. Just, are you happy with that person? Are they happy with you? Yeah. So what's the big issue?"
I mean, it's not always the case.
No.
There's
it's not always the case,
rats out there. There is.
But there are
rats
like,
out there,
I think we probably know a fair few between us. You just see the likes all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
So
no names.
Here he goes again.
But I think there's a lot of people out there that face these issues like yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, it's two different people.
Yeah.
Like, and if I'm not a big thing of people going through each other's phones, but like if Maddie said, "Oh, can I see your DMs?" I'm like, "Yeah, just have it." Like, like if you're in a relationship and there's an issue, because like people, I always put my phone up, hide, and I'll ask Maddie to go on my phone, and she knows all the passcodes, and it's not that she feels she has to, but like if we're ordering food, I'll give her my phone and go, "I just need to go and have a shower, and you go do this." It's like, if there's an issue, people know. Like
my last 2 relationships, both of them had the pin codes to my phone.
I just not bothered,
because there's nothing. They ain't going to find anything on there. There's nothing on there, because if I'm with someone and with that person, they become the most important person. That's my person. Like, yes, I have business pages. I have a personal phone, but pick up my phone at any time. Do it in front of me. Do it when I'm not around. Put the pin code in. Have a look. You ain't going to find anything. That's not the type of guy that I am.
I think there's And like me and Maddie actually, we have spoke about this. It's like, if you're just having an insecure moment and you just feel kind of, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be a factor to progress the relationship forward.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be every 2 weeks have a look because
Yeah,
you
good
feel
point,
that
yeah.
that's what you need
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
to further the relationship. That's not a thing.
If that's happening, then that's something that you need to sit down and discuss.
There's
Where you really, rather than having that behaviour, you should say, listen, Josh, I'm finding myself having a need, to feel insecure, and I want it to go through your phone. So there's obviously something bothering me. Can we sit down and talk about it?
And by the way, I'm not saying she's a psycho. I fucked up early in relationships, so I caused the insecurity. So I fully take responsibility, which is why I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But
now you're an open book.
Yeah, I'm like you know, you've seen us together. We're just fucking
exactly,
idiots together. So yeah, there's one of those. You do the crime, you sort of do the time, I guess.
But I think if a lot of people actually, I think people get involved in relationships, and obviously when you first start a relationship, everything's rosy and everything's always really good, and people don't sit down and have this conversation about what behaviours they're comfortable with, what makes them feel uncomfortable, what makes them feel anxious about their insecurities. You know, it's like, I know a big subject I was watching the other day was about guys and girls going on nights out separately. And I was watching it again. I think it was a TikTok video, and there was the guy interviewed, and he was saying like, "Well, if you're with a partner, why do you need to go out with the girls and party?" And I was like, I can see what he's saying. There's part of me that thinks, well, because you should want to do things with your partner. Why don't you go out with your partner? Because you can go out and have fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So why is there a need to go out? But then there's also a need to still have your own life.
Yeah.
And I think that the deciding factor in that is about the trust that you have in your partner and how they react to the kind of attention that they get.
Yeah.
And that comes down to the respect that they have for you. So if Maddie, obviously I've met Maddie, beautiful girl. Maddie goes out with some of her girlfriends. The chances are, at some point through the course of the night, she's going to get attention from some guys who are going to go and speak to her. There's nothing wrong with her talking to another guy, engaging. She's a nice girl. Okay, yeah. She's going to engage the guy in conversation, but she's not going to cross that line.
No.
She's going to be respectful. And if that guy gets out of hand, she's going to say, listen, I've got a boyfriend. I've got a fucking handsome bodybuilding boyfriend. I'm not interested in you, you scrat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so.
And that's exactly, and that's what she's going to do. And that's what you want from your partner. You know, we've been out on nights out. You know, we get attention from females. They come over, they want to talk to you. We're interesting guys. If you're with a partner, you're gonna talk to that person because you're a nice person, but it's not going to go any further.
Yeah.
It's how you speak to people.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'm not a rude person. I'm not going to just go.
I think
that's not the way life goes.
I think as well, like, not all, like me and Maddie didn't personally, but like a lot of people meet nowadays on a night out. So you can't have an issue with your partner wanting to go out because clearly you share some sort of you like a night out. Like obviously if you meet your partner at the gym, then obviously your partner's going to go from the gym. But if you meet on a night out, then clearly you both share some sort of passion or love about going on nights out. So I don't get Maddie went out the other week. I don't get just.
It's good that they have their own life. But like I say, like this guy was saying, he was saying that girls only go out because they want attention. I don't believe that's true. There are a percentage of girls out there that only go out because they want attention. And we were talking about this the other day with regards to social media.
Yeah.
And it was about, and I said like, if a girl's in a relationship and they're posting like half naked pictures online, then I feel that's inappropriate. And this guy felt that was inappropriate. She shouldn't be doing it. And there was a woman and she was giving her point of view and she said, no, you're absolutely right. If she is with someone that she wants to be in a relationship with and she's happy, she's having all her needs met, she shouldn't be doing that out of respect for him. But then she was saying, there's a percentage of female and guys are exactly the same these days. There's a percentage of males and females out there who need this affirmation that they're attractive. They need it. Even if you're the nicest person, you treat that person like a king or a queen, you give them everything they want, all the love, all the affection, this and that, but they're still going to want that outside affirmation.
I'm worthy. I'm good enough. With my Photoshop.
Yeah. Even though I'm getting everything I need from my partner, I still need to know that I'm attractive to other people. And she was saying, if you're in a relationship with someone that's like that, and you don't like it, that's again not the person that you should be with, because that comes down to like the boundaries. You set your boundaries, and it all kind of leads in. And I think if people set their boundaries, they'd save themselves a lot of heartache.
Like, again, going on the night out sort of thing. If you meet your partner on Instagram because you like her Instagram, because she's wearing half naked things and swimsuits, don't be pissed off if she's going to post Instagram like shots. But like my Instagram is just like yours is who you are as not as a person, but like what you do. Do you know what I mean? Your business, your persona, whatever. Same for me. My Instagram is modeling. It's bodybuilding. It's not life. It's not who I am as a person. It's not what I stand for.
It's your online persona.
I'm advertising myself.
It's not Josh that we know. It's Josh, the Instagram guy.
Exactly. Like I'm a recluse in real life. I hermit at home under the blanket. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like my Instagram is just advertising. I make money. I get brand deals. I get sent stuff that from my Instagram. Whereas I think it, as you said, it depends what the post is for. If it's for affirmation, okay. But if that girl, that man has got a massive following and they're getting brand deals and they're getting this and they're making money, it's a business. Maybe there's a grey area there.
I think sort of to tie into what you just said, I think one major point that you left out there was the especially with Instagram is the public / private profile. Now 100% agree with 100% agree with you. The public, it's your job. People look at it. Oh, stunning model. You know, all this like all that stuff. You know, potentially your partner can't even be pissed if you're liking a model. It's like it's not that deep. Do you know what I mean? She's attractive, whatever. But if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But going on to the private sort of thing, what we were speaking about, it's sort of like it's a bit more personal. So like for example, we'll go on to your missus. If your missus is, you know, say a model or something like that, and she's posting half naked pictures on her business profile, well, people are going to like it. She's going to get brand deals, all that sort of stuff. But if she's then say posting stuff like of her on a beach and she's got, I don't know, 1,000 followers and that's a pretty personal profile. So then all of a sudden all these guys are liking her and you're fire and all that stuff. That's maybe something that you'd be uncomfortable with. Not on the fact of, my girlfriend, she's attractive, she's this, she's that. Why are you constantly posting pictures of yourself for their validation?
It's that private. We spoke about this the other day. That private public. So it's like if your partner has a private profile, they have to make a decision to accept follow.
Definitely.
Now, do you know what's a funny thing with Instagram though? Change it, Instagram, by the way. If someone follows you that is private, you don't. I mean, I understand, but you can't see their profile until they can follow you because you're public. But you can't see them until you follow them and they accept you.
And they follow back.
So I was like, if they follow you, sure, just see their profile.
But
But
so
do you know what I mean? Though?
So if you're, say for example, your partner's got a private profile, and someone requests to follow them. If they don't know that person, why are they accepting that follow request? If they don't personally know that person and they have a separate like public one, why would they accept that person into the private life if they don't actually know it? Now, if it's someone that they know, I get it, someone that they actually know. But if it's like just some random stranger, why are they accepting them into the personal life?
Yeah.
They don't need to.
But then I think then you know you could go this way that it's like, well, you know, if you look at their private profile, well, what's actually on there? Oh, I'm not, you know, I've got pictures of my dogs, or got pictures of me out in the car and my story and stuff like that. Who gives a shit? Do you know, it's 1,000. But like I say, if it's personal, if it's like you've got friends, family, every single person, I've got about 150 people on there. Every single person on there, I know, I have met in person, I've had conversations with, you know, I've potentially shared stuff with, I've had experience with them people. And they're liking your stuff, I don't see a problem with that. But like I say, if it's coming down to they're taking images that are personal to you, for example, like I don't know, you know, you've got a girlfriend and they're sending you a picture of them in the day, it means something to you because it's part of their day. But if it's just a random story and it's like, oh, I'm going to send you that, what the fuck does that mean to me? because you've sent it to everyone else.
Yeah.
Do you know? So it's like,
That's personal.
it's a deeper thing. You know, it's social media and it's all bull, but it's like the action behind it and how they've sort of fought through that process. I think means so much more to you as a partner than just casting up a random picture. There's a lot more attached to it emotionally, and I know some people will sit there and just go, Jesus Christ, man, it's a picture. Well, there's a lot attached to that, and that person genuinely deeply cares for you. So they will look at that and go, well, I don't want all these guys seeing you like that. I want, that's mine.
Yeah, well,
and that's not a possessive thing, but it's like, that's mine and I'm yours. It's like if they're doing a half naked picture, well, why don't we just all walk around with a wing wangs out? You know, anyone can see it. Well, I find that disrespectful. Well, I find that disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I think where it's all attached, especially with male and female, you know, male take the tops off, it's like, yeah, who cares? Women take the tops off, breasts are out. It's a lot different. We all see it differently. Do you know what I mean? So I just think definitely as a partner, I just think we all need to start thinking about the choices we're making, guys.
Is that the lesson for today?
Yeah, that's the lesson for
Today's
today.
lesson.
We all
Think
need
about
to
the
start
choices that you
thinking
make.
about just respecting each other and each other's values as well.
I think these days it's very easy to dismiss social media. Oh, it's just social media. It's just
definitely,
There are people out there that it means more than that. Like I've got a friend of mine, and she's a model, she's a dancer, she's an absolutely beautiful girl, and she has that attitude. Oh, it's just Instagram. It doesn't matter. She only has a professional profile. She doesn't have a private one. Apart from her professional profile, she has no other social media. She's not interested in it. So to her, it's just Instagram. It's just what she doesn't care about it. But she's putting them pictures out, and she's got a partner and this, that, and the other, and she's very happy. But that was her attitude. Whereas there are people out there that are like, if it's your personal profile, and then like you go on holiday with your girlfriend and she puts a picture up of her in a bikini because you're on the beach together, and then loads of guys are liking it, then that might make you feel uncomfortable. Because that's private. Yeah. It's a private thing between you and her and this, that, and the other.
I suppose it's like, I don't know, people, like if we use it for business, we use it for a purpose.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're not, does it have a purpose? Is there a reason for it? If you're not trying to be a public figure or trying to promote it, you're not using the algorithms, you're not hashtagging, you're not liking things, do you know what I mean? You're not using reels, you're not doing stuff. What's the purpose?
We were talking about
the purpose?
We were talking about a video I watched on TikTok, and it was a female, and she was talking to other females about posting pictures, and she's saying, "Why do you post on your Instagram?" Because I looked good on that night and I wanted to post a picture.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
And she's
like,
okay,
sounds like affirmation, though, doesn't it?
And that's affirmation. She's like, no, I looked good, I felt good, I wanted to take a picture, I wanted to share it on Instagram. She's like, okay, that's fine. But you could have taken that picture and saved it on your camera roll and gone and looked back.
Send it to all your friends.
Send it to all your friends. Show it to your boyfriend. You can enjoy it. Why did you feel the need to upload it onto social media? I think the only reason you uploaded it onto social media was for the affirmation. Yes, you look good.
There is
likes.
A trend now with social media.
Yeah, definitely agree. Yeah, it's like a sheep's following.
Yeah,
it's like, well, she does it, and she does it, and she does it.
Do you know what I mean? There's kind of like this. People, I don't know, people love following each other's lives, and it's kind of this trend now.
It's not people's lives.
It's definitely not real. It's definitely not real.
Me and Maddie watched this TikTok the other day, and it was baffling. She was a woman who was 29, and she was $1 million. She's in America, $1 million in debt, 29 years old.
Whoa.
And it was like so much money in student loans. There was 210,000 of a house, and the rest was student loans, the credit cards and all that sort of stuff. And the guy was like, on a podcast, you've got, what was it, 210, so I think he said something like 600,000 in student finance and loans and credit cards, and you're 29 years old. And it's like this facade that people love to live. They love to live the Instagram life, but they haven't got the Instagram bank account. Yeah, it's like, I'm not saying I do, like, you know what I mean, F&I was like, is paid for, really.
Yeah, exactly,
but people love to sort of share and share and share.
They only show,
that's kind of where the affirmation.
They only show the good things, and the stuff that they're showing is creating jealousy over stuff that's not real. I said to you, didn't I? And I was like, I think we should do a project where we'll set up an Instagram account and we will only post real life. So like, you'll get up in the morning and take a selfie and just take in the morning poo. you know, just going to Aldi, picking up a dry cleaning, just
mundane stuff. Yeah.
Do you know what? And I reckon you would get millions of followers that would follow you just because it's mundane stuff.
One of my mates
not
does
out
that.
There. Really?
She, not cool stuff. She does Instagram versus reality posts.
Yeah.
Just to show women. I don't think men are bothered. Like, you see me in person. I don't look like my Instagram at the moment.
Guys are just as bothered now, but they're more. It's more materialistic for guys.
Yeah, what you've got.
Yeah, and I think like guys now have become a lot more body conscious about the way that they look and their image and this stuff because of what they see on Instagram. Because the guys that are posting stuff on Instagram, like your fitness models and stuff, what these guys don't realise is they'll get in shape, they'll spend 16 weeks getting in shape, you know what it's like, 16 weeks to get in shape to do a photo shoot, you'll get 200 images and then you'll feed them for your Instagram.
Most of my
for the
photo
next 6 months.
I'm getting
but you don't look like that,
1,500 photos.
Yeah.
At least 1,500 photos per shoot, and we could do 2 shoots in a weekend.
Yeah.
3,000 photos. I think my photographer's got probably about 8,000 images of me, maybe more than that.
So on your social media, guys that are following you are going to look at you, and every time you put a post, going, "Fucking hell, he's in good shape. Jesus Christ, he's in good shape." But the reality is, exactly. Like you get in shape for purpose, and that's what a lot of people don't realise.
I think some people I think some people genuinely just think that you look good all week. Some people do. Some people look good all year round. Do you know what I mean? But I haven't got time for that.
No.
Like, I've got a life to live. I like food and travelling and everything, and croissants and everything like that. So I'm just happy to just look good when you need to look good. But yeah, Instagram has become very much a...
I think it's I was saying to you, we were talking about it, like it's a very, very powerful tool for a business or like an influencer, brands. It's a very, very powerful tool, but it's become very, very toxic for normal people. They're trying to aspire to lifestyles that don't even exist.
I think the whole Instagram versus reality, so like women when they edit the photos, and women do edit the photos,
and guys,
yeah. And then when people look at photo shoots, not some of my photos are edited, but some colours, maybe some details. They're not. I'm physically not edited.
They're not trimming your waist and making your chest.
Physically changing me. But a lot of models, like high class paid models and celebrities, they are airbrushed and edited and changed and manipulated to fit a narrative or whatever. And I think that people have to understand this and not look at these people as what's it. And if you've got fitness models and celebrities and trainers and bodybuilders and it's their job, if it's their job, they're paid to do it.
Yeah.
So they have to look good. They have to be the best. They have to look the best. So don't compare yourself to that. If you're not living that life, you've got no
If you've got to go and work for 9 hours a day,
exactly,
you can't dedicate 6 hours to the gym every single day because you've got to
4 kids and like some of these guys they're waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning. They're maybe going for a little walk. They're having breakfast. They're doing this. Then they're doing some admin work, whatever. Then they may be going to the gym 12 till 3, whatever. And then they're having food. That's their day. Yeah. If your day has got 8-9 hours in it with work or 12 hours with work, and you've got kids and you've got a marriage and you've got all this other stuff to juggle, how can you compare? Like, if you live a different life, then
you're not going to look like that person who's it's his job to look like that person.
Exactly. So, and if you do look that good, then trust me, you've worked hard.
Yeah.
You've worked really hard because these guys are not juggling all that. They're, do you know what I mean? They're sort of paved out in stone kind of thing. So yeah, don't compare yourself. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't compare yourself to... People always say, I always find this thing of, I know we've gone way off topic what we're talking about, but people always say, I want to look like you. No, you don't. Because you can't look like me, because I'm me.
Yeah. You want to look like the best.
Someone said, I want to look like you, Bryn.
Yeah.
It's like, no, because you're you, Bryn. You're you.
And do you know what?
You want to be the best version
of yourself,
Do you know what is exactly, that is exactly what Alpha Elite Program is. I'm quite glad you come back to that, because that's what it's about. It's about being the best version of you. Like, if you want to get in shape and have a 6-pack because you're on holiday, then that's what you'll get. That's what you want. Everyone's got different goals. You want to drop a couple of dress sizes because you're going to a wedding. That's what it is. It's not about you being I want to look like Josh, I want to look like Bryn, I want to look like this guy, I want to look like Steve Cook. It's not about that. It's about being the best version of you.
So I think that's a massive thing. People get so focused on comparisons, like really focused on comparisons. And I think you've just got to think, no, I've got to better myself. I know and people, you see a lot of bodybuilders do, I'm just competing against the person in the mirror. And it might be a bit cheesy.
Yeah.
But it is true.
Yeah, it is.
Like, if you go on stage each year, or you go strongman and you do more PBs than last year, then you've won.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, even if you haven't won, you've won.
Yeah.
Because you pulled more, you've done more.
I'm doing it myself now. I started off.
Like your photo shoot.
Yeah, I've got a photo shoot.
And you're going to compare the
That's
photos.
exactly what I'll do. I've set myself a goal. I've committed to something, and I'm going to train, and I'm going to dedicate X amount of my time to training, X amount of time to eating, and X amount of my time to being, and I want to be better than the last time I did a photo shoot.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it because I want to be better than anyone else. I'm not doing it because I want to look like you. I want to do it because I want to be better than I was last time.
Exactly.
And then go on holiday and eat a shitload of food.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think what you said then about dedicating time, that's a massive thing with starting any new plan, any new sort of, I don't know what the word is, I've lost the word, but starting anything new in your life, you've got to dedicate time to it.
Yeah.
No matter how much time it is, you have to dedicate some time each day. Otherwise, nothing's ever going to happen. You can manifest something in your mind as much as you want, but if you're not going to dedicate actual physical time to it, then
No, exactly.
it's not going to amount to anything.
And I think, we'll wrap it up on that subject, but I think, like I say, there's no right or wrong things for these podcasts. There's no way, like, we start with the subject and our chat will go where we want. And kind of what we want is, we want feedback from you guys, and we want the interaction, and we want to know what you want us to talk about and what subjects you want us to discuss and that kind of thing. And that's how we're going to develop these podcasts. We've got ideas of stuff we want to talk about. We've got guests that we want to bring in and talk about, but we want to know what you guys want to hear from us, and what you want us to talk about, and who you want us to get in and talk to. So obviously we've got another 2 episodes to come out. Comment, let us know what you want us to talk about. We'll see if we can pick up some subjects. If not, we're going to pick a few bits and bobs that we want. But I think that's it's a good subject to talk about, and we'll keep an eye out for relevant subjects and anything like that we want to talk about. Look at the Daily Mirror, check out the Sun. Thanks for tuning in again, guys. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.